What, honey? Hopefully wants to read with us today. All right. Good morning or good evening or good afternoon. I guess it would depend on what time you guys are watching this video. But today we are going to read about the fastest woman in the world, which is Wilma Rudolph. Let's get started. Wilma Rudolph crouched at the starting line, every muscle in her lean 5'11" body poised for the race. The starter gave the signal and Wilma took off. Did this young woman from Tennessee have the strength and determination to win the Olympic gold medal? What do you think? Everything in Wilma's life had prepared her for this moment. But Wilma wasn't an ordinary athlete. My life wasn't like the average person who grew up and decided to enter the world of sports, she said. All right, the heading says, sick all the time. Wilma Rudolph was born on June 23, 1914. She weighed 4.5 pounds. No one expected her to survive. I was sick all of the time when I was growing up, Wilma wrote in her autobiography, Wilma. All right, so think about those prefixes and root words that we've been talking about. I know you guys know what a biography is. What is an autobiography? If the prefix auto means self, what is an autobiography? Take a minute to think about that. Wilma was the 20th of 22 children. In America in the 1940s, segregation kept black people and white people from being treated the same. Because the Rudolphs were African American, only one doctor in their town would care for Wilma. Her mother helped by using some home remedies to nurse Wilma through measles, mumps, chickenpox, scarlet fever, appendicitis, and double pneumonia. I think I started acquiring a competitive spirit right then and there, a spirit that would make me successful in sports later on. I was going to beat these illnesses no matter what. Wilma fought her hardest childhood battle against polio, a disease that crippled her left leg. Mrs. Rudolph found a black medical college in Nashville, 50 miles away. Twice a week for several years, Wilma and her mother took the bus to Nashville. At home, Wilma and her family massaged and exercised her weak leg to strengthen it. After several months, the hospital fitted Wilma with a brace. The brace went on, and I lived with that thing for the next half dozen years. When I was 6, I started treatments, and that lasted until I was 10 years old. This next heading says, sending back the brace. So take a moment to think about what you think this next section is going to be about. Sending back the brace. I was 9.5 years old when I took off the brace. I'll never forget it. I went to church and I walked in without the brace. I'd say it was one of the most important moments in my life, Wilma wrote. Although she used the brace on and off for 3 more years, she practiced until she could finally walk without it. When Wilma was 12, her mother wrapped up the brace and sent it back to the hospital. That summer, Wilma went to a local playground and saw kids playing basketball. She fell in love with the game and decided she would play no matter what. Next heading says, off and running. In the fall, Wilma entered 7th grade and joined the basketball team. For the next 3 years, she practiced hard. Finally, in 10th grade, Wilma got the chance to be a part of the starting team. She began to set state records for scoring. Ed Temple, the women's track coach at Tennessee State University, saw Wilma play. She invited her to come to Tennessee State during the summers so that he could coach her in track. Wilma learned fast. In 1956, at the age of 16, she ran her first Olympic race at the Games in Australia and won a bronze medal in the 4x100 meter relay. So for those of you who don't know, in the Olympics, instead of first, second, third, they have gold, silver, bronze. In the Olympics, people from all over the world get to compete. So when it says that Wilma was invited to the Olympics and she won the bronze medal, she was only 16 years old when she raced people from all over the world. and she got third. That's incredible. All right, this next heading says, not about to lose. Wilma's time to shine came 4 years later. At the 1960 Olympics, she won gold medals in the 100-meter dash and the 200-meter dash. She had one event left as the last leg of a 4-woman relay team, all from Tennessee State. As the third woman on the team ran toward her, Wilma reached for the baton and nearly dropped it. Her team was suddenly in third place. Wilma was not about to lose. With a final burst of speed, Wilma raced ahead of the competition, becoming the first American woman to win 3 gold medals at one Olympics. The little girl who couldn't walk had become the fastest woman in the world. Helping others. After the Olympics, Wilma decided that she wanted to help children overcome their difficulties by participating in sports. Through her teaching and the foundations she established, she helped countless children overcome all kinds of obstacles, just as she had. I want you guys to find out what the main idea of the story is, okay? So remember, the main idea is what a text is mostly about. It's not specific events. So it's not going to be Wilma Rudolph was a sick child. That's one part of this text. It's not the whole thing. Remember, main idea is what the whole thing is mostly about. I want you guys to take a moment to think about the obstacles that Wilma Rudolph had to overcome in order to become an Olympic runner. Was this easy for her? What kind of things did she have to overcome? How do you think she was able to overcome all of these things and still be such an amazing athlete? What do you think helped her through this? All right, so that is the end of this video. I miss you guys. I love you guys. I hope you're staying safe and staying healthy, and you'll see me again next video.